Welcome back. Today's a special episode on location at Mac Seaplane Services on the Ohio River here in Rising Sun, Indiana. You may remember I spent some time here when I flew my 172 down from Minnesota to Florida. I had such a good time hanging out with new friends and flying the Ohio River that when I was given the opportunity to come back up, it was a no-brainer. First things first, I needed to get acquainted with the 170B model on Edo floats. I'm not in Florida anymore and I actually have to warm up the airplane. So we do that on land before bringing it to the river. Operating here at Rising Sun Seaplane Base is different than what I'm used to. After the engine warm-up, we tow the airplane on a wooden dock down the street and back it down a boat ramp. Being that I have very little boat experience, backing up an airplane into a river was a new experience for me. Next, I had to get checked out in the airplane, so I jumped in the right seat with Troy on the left. After learning the airplane and learning the local hazards, it was time for me to start training some students. Float flying here on the Ohio River is completely different than flying in Florida. Rising Sun is located on the Ohio River Valley with Indiana on one side of the river and Kentucky on the other. With tall bluffs on each side of the river, you have to work with mechanical turbulence, downdrafts, and what seems to be wind shifts around every turn on the river. It's a challenging place to fly floats, but at the same time a fantastic place to learn. The river provides a new set of challenges you rarely find in Florida, like floating logs, river current, large wakes from massive cargo boats, and huge power lines to avoid. After a couple days of training and good weather, it's time to sign my student off and take a check ride.
I'm thrilled to be here. I actually applied for and won a scholarship from LIFT, Ladies in Flight Training, and Seaplane Pilots Association this year at Oshkosh Airventure, and so I'm finally out here in Rising Sun, Indiana with Mac Seaplane Service, and Tony has been my instructor. He came up and was so kind to do all my training for me.
I'm here with Troy and Lauren. We're at Mac Seaplane Services in Rising Sun, Indiana. It's a beautiful day of 1,000-foot ceilings, a little rainy. We're gonna do a trek ride.
Lauren's up here from Las Vegas and worked hard all week. We lucked out with some weather. We really lucked out with some weather earlier in the week, so Tony's done the training and we'll go out and see how she does. We're looking for safety and looking for the standards.
Whenever I send my student off for a trek ride, I'm always a little nervous. If they fail, it really means that I failed them. Luckily, Lauren's a rock star and she passed with flying colors. The next day I had a brand new student and we're doing it all over again. All right, I'm here at Oxford Airport. After flying 2.5 hours of seaplane training, I drove an hour, came up here, about to hop in this 172 and go do a flight review down an 1.5-hour flight down. I'm gonna drop someone off, he's gonna go hop in the simulator for a couple hours. I'm gonna go hop in the twin, go fly that for a couple hours. Then we're gonna hop back in this plane, fly it back an 1.5 hours over. I should be back home about 2 in the morning. This is a nice 9:30 in the morning to 2 in the morning day in the life. Before I dropped him off for sim training, we first needed to go check out some toys in the hangar. After the sim time and a night flight home, it was too late to check into my hotel and I ended up sleeping in the van. The next couple days included flying the twin and getting my second student ready for the check ride. These were some busy days filled with flying, as we used every bit of daylight to get Megan's seaplane rating done in time for Thanksgiving. Back on the dock safe and sound, Megan joins the exclusive Seaplane Pilot Club. After a delicious Thanksgiving dinner, I woke up with COVID-19 and a fever. My Indiana adventure was over. For the next 14 days, I was quarantined in my hotel. Thanks for making it to the end of my video. Be sure to like and subscribe to support my channel. Mac Seaplane Services offers a wide variety of training from airline prep courses to seaplane ratings. His seaplane fleet includes a Cessna 140, 170, a Kingfisher amphibious flying boat, and the Oshkosh Grand Champion Cessna 195 floatplane. On wheels, he offers a Cessna 172 and a speedy Cessna 310 he uses for multi-training and airline prep. Be sure to check him out.